three, two.
Hello, everyone. My name is Amber Reese, and welcome to another episode of the Amber Perspective. Today's episode, we will be dedicating the month of February to women who have inspired me. And to kick things off, we will be having our guest, Mrs. Ebony P. Jones, who is authoress, YouTuber, motivational speaker, and who just happens to be my sister in Christ and my favorite mentor. So let's give a warm welcome to Miss Ebony P. Jones, everybody. Hey, Eb, how you doing?
Hey Amber,
How's everything?
everything is well.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Same here. Can't complain. You know. So you ready to get started?
Yes, ma'am,
All right.
whenever you are.
Let's do this. Okay, now I know how you got started and how you've been killing it in the game. But for the viewers that don't know a little bit about you, can you tell how you got started in your journey?
Okay, well, that's an interesting question. How I got started in my journey, it's simple, but it's not simple. For those that don't know, I have cerebral palsy just like Amber. And when I was coming up, I didn't see a me like doing things that I'm doing now. So it was more so like once I understood what it meant to have cerebral palsy and how to still live a productive, independent life, even with quote unquote limitations. Um, and I took it upon myself, but I also asked God to give me the strength to share my story to encourage other people. And that's what happened. And with that happening, Ebony P Ministries was birthed. I'm 39 now, but Ebony P Ministries was not birthed until 30, till I was 33.
And she doesn't look 39, by the way, y'all. She looks every bit of 23, just to point that out there.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
But I mean, you already know just us meeting 5 years ago, which we met back in 2018.
Hmm.
And how I came across you was a friend of mine had posted one of your videos from YouTube, and I was just like, wow, who is this lady? Like, I have to talk to her. Like, I don't know. I guess it was just something in my spirit that just spoke to me and was just like, I need to talk to her because I felt like I don't know what the video was about per se, but I think it was more so like you just saying how you just got started and that, we could do it too. And then, like, when I talked to you, you was like, you could impact people's lives. And I was like, me? Like, I could do that. And it was just like, boom, from there, I started writing for you and just everything just kind of fell into place. So
Hmm.
for me, it was definitely God and divine intervention just for us meeting. And like I said, I will be forever grateful for what you have done for me and just the work that you have done thus far because you're doing great things. And just, just watching you and just watching everybody I've seen in the differently able community come up, it's amazing. And even myself, because if you would have told me I was doing this 5 years ago, prior to meeting you, I would have been like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna take my 135 friends on Facebook and just do my own thing and like just stay quiet.
Hmm.
But to get back into it, what would you say has been your biggest accomplishment thus far?
Um, hmm, that's another good question. Um, I honestly feel that all my accomplishments are big. Um, no one is bigger than the other to me. Because um it takes strength to do everything, and the goal at the end is to accomplish whatever you set out to do. So, my biggest accomplishment is everything that I do, everything that God gives me the strength to do, to push forward to. But if we want to like general answer, I would say, I have a few biggest accomplishments. Of course, my son, of course, Calvin,
Yes.
and then just seeing me truly, taking the step to listen to God and do what He told me to do, which is allowing me to encourage others to step into their purpose, and that's important because everybody needs to understand, their purpose and what they were placed here for. So I would say, yeah, those are my biggest accomplishments: encouraging and pushing others, and being a mom, living a life.
Now, I I know I love how you encourage others to help them develop their purpose. But
Hmm.
for the viewers, could you kind of tell like how they can find their purpose if they are trying to get into what they want to get into?
For sure. One thing that I would say is, first of all, know who you are, know what you want to do, um, and don't deter from that. If it's something that you want to do and that's what you want to do it. Even if you have to do it differently, just get it done. And just because it's someone else doing the same thing that you want to do, don't mean that you shouldn't do it, because it's an audience for everyone. Like, it's someone that I can reach that you know what I'm saying, that you can't,
Right.
and vice versa. But the main thing to finding your purpose is understanding, first you have to find yourself. You have to understand who you are and what you was placed here for. Once you understand that, it'll slowly start getting easier to tap into your purpose, because you have to get out of um the views and opinions of what everybody else is going to think of you, because those things are going to always change. But when you're comfortable in who you are, regardless of what other people think, you're able to press forward. So definitely, that's something I would say to people that want to find their purpose: find you first, and then you'll be able to find your purpose.
Right. Now, I can understand that. You know, I had to go through my little journeys. You know, definitely. Your books, by the way, guys, make sure y'all check out ebonypministries.com. Copy your books. Get your books, but you know which one is my favorite one? The finding your
Yes.
purpose. Yes,
Oh, the one we did the class.
yes, yes,
That one.
yes, yes.
Okay.
By the way, great classes, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying they were top. They were top notch, like literally. By the time we got to the last class, I was like, yes, I think I know what I was meant to do now. Like it's clear. And she will get stuff out of you. She will make you dig deep within yourself. So trust me. I mean, I'm a student, you know. So it's all good. It's all love. So, what are some do's and don'ts that you have learned while doing your career?
Do's. Well, let me backtrack. The don'ts. Um, don't share everything with everybody. Um, some things you have to, some things you have to keep silent. Because the vision was given to you, not to everybody else. And sometimes within that, it hinders things. So you have to be mindful of who you share things with. The do's. one big do that I stand on is continue to do. Whether one show up, two show up, nobody share, everybody share. You just have to press forward. The main do is to do. That's my do. Keep doing no matter what.
Yes, yes, and I totally agree with that. I think I've learned the main thing is to keep going because as you keep growing, your fruit will multiply. So, definitely, that is something that I've taken away just from my experiences alone watching you. Not to mention Lolo, just watching her as she's evolved. And it's a beautiful thing to see people in your community. And no, I'm not trying to judge nobody because I love the able-bodied community because I have people there too. But
Of
it's
course.
it's nothing like having your own village and watching your own village succeed and just prosper and be blessed in what they're doing and what they want to do. Where do you see EPM in 10 years?
Um, Honestly, I don't know. Um, I know it's still gonna be around, but where do I see it? I don't know because it's all in God's timing. I
Personally,
mean,
I see a movie.
okay, well, come on for the movie and
I see
we'll
I see
figure
a
out.
movie. I see a movie.
We'll figure
Maybe
out.
maybe
We'll,
a play by David Tablet. You never
I
know.
mean, you never
You never
know,
know.
but you never know what God will do. But one thing I do know for sure is that Ebony Few Ministries will be here. It will continue to evolve, but I leave it in God's hands. Like I just continue to give birth what He tells me to birth. It's definitely going to be around. Things are definitely going to continue to grow within that. I definitely see continued courses because I love teaching a good course, honey. Okay,
Yes. Yes,
so
yes, yes.
whatever God's will is for Ebony P Ministries, that's what it will be for sure.
And number 5, this has to be my favorite question because we use this word a lot. And
Hmm.
for those that don't know what differently able is, it's just a cool way of saying we have a disability, in my opinion. So
Okay, we'll take that, but I'll say the reason why I started saying it, and then I guess it kind of caught
I was
on
just
because
gonna. Actually, the question was, what does it mean to you? So you could kind
okay,
of.
perfect. Differently able to me. It's simply kind of like Amber said. We're definitely able. We're not disabled because when you look up the word disabled, and I know people hate me for this, and I don't care.
I
Um,
love
when,
it.
when you look up the word disabled, it says unable to or broken. Um, we're not unable to. We're not broken. We just have to do it differently. And I refuse to associate myself or my ministry or anyone that I come in contact with to encourage them to call themselves disabled because they're not broken, they're not unable to. They just have to figure out a way to do it differently. Because when you really start looking and understanding the power of the words that you speak over your life, you become those things. So if you speak, I'm disabled, you're going to start thinking, I'm unable to, I'm broken. I refuse to do that. So that's what differently able means to me. And that's why I say it versus saying I'm disabled. But no disrespect to anybody that still carries that word with them because to each his own. But for me and
Yes,
my house
please.
and what I do with my ministry and my purpose, we don't say that.
Right. Okay. And I totally agree with that. I believe that to each its own. If you prefer to be called disabled, it's no shade, but over here we like the cool version. We like to set our own trends. We like to set our own paths and be
For sure.
trailblazers. So, yeah.
For sure.
What is one piece of advice that you've gotten throughout your life that still sticks with you to this day?
It wasn't really a piece of advice. It was something that my excuse me, that my mom said and you heard me say it. before, my mom said that everyone has a different ability. It's just that some of ours are visible. And like once she said that to me, I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for a person to pass judgment on something that they see physically. You don't understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like when they see um Midnight or they see Tamika, they're like,
Yes.
okay, is something wrong there. But is something wrong with everybody in some type of form? So I guess that was the um best statement that I heard. And advice, honestly, it's really a scripture. And it's Philippians 4:13. I can do all things
Thank
through
you,
Christ
guys.
who strengthens me. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. So that's what I do. Like I know where my strength comes from, and I know what he purposed me here for. And that's why I push and I put myself on the front line so that when I'm no longer here and you're here, you'll still be doing
Right.
all of these things.
Well, you answered two of my questions already
Well,
with
I kind of multi-answer at one time.
that talking. But what would you tell your younger self?
Um, be okay with who you are. Be okay with who you are. Don't worry about fitting in because you were born to stand out. If you were meant to fit in, you would. Um,
Whew,
just,
girl, you can say that again, cause I know
but
I was born to stand out with all this loudness,
you so
with all this loudness and all this boldness.
yeah, yeah,
God
for
said we gonna make this one special.
sure.
We gonna make this one special. So that's what it is. Alright. What do you hope? What would be your favorite scripture? Like I said, you just answered this question.
That Philippians 4:13 is definitely one of my favorite scriptures, and also First Thessalonians 5:11 to pray without ceasing. Also Proverbs 3, verses 5-6, lean not to your own understanding, in all your ways acknowledge him. I have a lot because I can continue to do
Yes.
this.
Would
But
you say these scriptures have gotten you through tough times?
oh for sure. Oh for sure. Because you have to be able to speak the word over yourself. You can't always look for someone to speak that over you. You have to be able to speak it over yourself. So yes, for sure.
And for anyone to counteract that, for anyone that is, looking to have a relationship with God and wanting to fellowship with Him and wanting to get to know Him, what would you say would be the best way, in your opinion, to do so?
First of all, talk to him. Just have a simple conversation with him, and invite him into your life. Find you a local church home with wherever you stay. Tap in with AWP Ministries, honey, because we're always doing something.
Yes,
Um,
yes, yes,
but,
yes, yes.
but definitely invite God into your life. You have to invite him first. Once you invite God in, then find you a church home that according to that.
What do you hope people take away from EPM?
Faith over fear. Faith over fear, plain and simple.
Oh, I like that. Is there any advice that you could give to a differently abled person who may be hesitant about having a family?
Um, do it because the doctors don't know. God has the final say. If it's meant for you to have a child physically and you carry it, do it. If it's meant for you to adopt, do that too. Just give it to God. Take your desires to your heart to God and He'll make it happen. So I just say do it and trust God.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, this wraps up our interview, but do you have any questions for me?
No, no questions. Always have a word. Um, just stay focused, Amber. Stay focused. Stay tuned in to what God is giving you to birth. And keep your mouth closed. um, keep your mouth closed. Don't share everything with everybody. in that social media too. Like some things don't need to be released until it's time for you to give birth to it, because it'll mess up the season and the timing for what God is telling you to birth. So, and of course, stay prayed up, of course.
As always, got to. But as always, like I said, once again, thank you for allowing me to interview you. And you know I love you, and I appreciate everything you have done for me thus far. And thank you for being someone I can look up to and show
No
my
problem.
future kids one day.
You so silly. No problem, Amber. Well, you enjoy the rest of your day, okay?
You too.
All right, bye
Bye bye.
bye.
Well, guys, thank you for tuning in to the first episode of The And Perspective Woman Who Inspired Me with my guest, Ebony P. Jones. And that's all for today. Thanks, guys. Bye bye.